Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Relics, and in this video, this is part 5 now of the NHL free agency that just opened today. Again, I've been rapid firing these videos out like crazy because the free agency market is just insane right now. It is just movement, trades, everything going everywhere, and I can't keep up. So I'm doing my best here. I'm a one-man show going. So let me know what you guys think, and we'll continue from here. Again, this isn't in no player order or signing order. I am just trying to play catch up at this point. Let's start off with Pittsburgh signing Matt Grzelcyk to a 1-year, $2.75 million contract. I really don't know too much about Grzelcyk, and I think this is just okay. I can't say for sure if this is a good or bad signing for them for sure, but either way, I think this will work out fine for them. It's funny because I keep thinking to myself, because the Bruins and the Penguins are both yellow and black colored, I tend to forget which team these guys are on, and so I keep thinking Grizzly is like, oh, he's a Bruin, oh, he's a Penguin, is he Penguin? So he's a Bruin hanging to the Penguins, and I think this is okay. It really doesn't matter. I think both teams are pretty strong in general. Obviously, Bruins being the stronger team. So either way, this works out for them. It's a 1 year, so it could be traded at the trade deadline most likely. We will see. Like I said in the previous video, Pittsburgh is kind of in their rebuild area, so we don't know if they're going to even be contending for a Stanley Cup again. This may be the end of the Crosby-Malkin era. We will see. Next up is Minnesota signing Yakov Trenin. Again, another player I don't really know too much. He signed a 4-year, 3.5 average contract. And overall, I guess this is okay. Whatever they see in him, I guess it's good. I haven't really heard much about Trenin. Just that, he's a solid player. But other than that, I really don't know too much about him. So we'll see if that works out for him. And heck, I didn't even know he was an Avalanche. I thought he was still a Predator. In any case, moving on. New Jersey Devils, Stefan Noesen, 3 years, $2.75 million contract or average contract. Again, I don't like the Hurricanes, and then I don't like the Devils. So from him going to Hurricanes to Devils, I don't care. Either way, apparently this is a good signing for them, and hopefully it works out. Overall, it's not my place to say if it's a good or bad, because I don't really pay attention to either team. But what I do pay attention to is, Dallas. And they actually got goaltender Casey DeSmith for 3 years at $1 million average. So, in my opinion, this is the perfect backup goalie to Jake Ottinger. Overall, this is a great signing. It's a cheap contract, $1 million for a backup goalie. That's amazing. That's exactly what the Kings were doing. So, for him to go here, I think his numbers scream backup goalie straight up, and it's going to be a good signing. Ottinger is definitely going to take majority of the games going into the next season, obviously. And overall, I think the Dallas Stars are going to have a much better team. Speaking of Dallas, they actually had a few signings in this video that I want to discuss. Another one being Matt Dumba, defenseman Matt Dumba. Okay, so first of all, I hate Matt Dumba. I think he's overrated as hell. And I think this is a shit signing for the Stars. 2 years, $3.75 million average. That is too much. In 155 games played in the past few years, he's only gotten 26 points. And it was the expectation that he would actually be the number 1 D going into Arizona's final year. And that was a huge disappointment. He was absolute trash. And of course, as we know, Sean Durzi was the actual number 1 defenseman for their team. And I'm so glad he was. Matt Dumba, you are overrated. You just got to get out. I was happy when he was a Lightning because, bring the Lightning down. And in fact, the Lightning weren't exactly the best team either. So I'm pretty sure that definitely played a part because his defense is terrible. So him going to Dallas, I'm a little disappointed in that. But I guess they want him, and unfortunately, they're paying almost $4 million for him. I think that's a huge mistake. So Dallas, you are in trouble probably going into this season. But they also signed Ilya Lyubushkin, and I don't really know too much about him either. But I will say this, for what he has done in his past, he is being paid way too much. For 2 years, he's being paid 3.25 average. I think that's just a terrible contract. His contributions to his teams has not been stellar in any regard. I don't see why he is being paid 3.25 average. But hey, you know what? Maybe something will click. I really don't see it. Just like the Matt Dumba signing, I think this is a huge mistake, and I think Dallas is actually going to fall out of the playoff race because of players like them. That's my opinion, though. Not to say that Dallas doesn't still have the strong players. They still do. They have Wyatt Johnston, guy I can't think right now. Jamie Benn still there as captain. Tyler Seguin, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Jason Robertson, of course, leading the charge. Unfortunate for Pavelski for retiring. I'm going to miss him too, for sure. But in any case, going forward, Utah signs Ian Cole, 1 year, $3.5 million. Personally, I don't really care about Ian Cole. I think that's a little bit too pricey for me. But, Utah, they're trying to compete right now. They're trying to make a splash in this next coming season. So I respect that. And I think Ian Cole, sure, I guess you can try and use him. But I think they could have went somewhere else for sure. Get other players. But that's just my opinion, of course. Calgary signs Ryan Lomberg, 2 year, $2 million average. Again, when you win a Stanley Cup, all of your players go up in price. And just because the Florida Panthers win, I don't think Lomberg should have went up in price. I just don't see the talent in him, at least not right now. So I think $2 million, maybe a little too much, but we'll see. Like I said, I don't care about Calgary too much as well. I mentioned that in previous videos, but who knows? Maybe Calgary will try and make something of players that aren't that very talented. Because obviously the talents from Huberdeau disappeared, so maybe getting more of a balanced team will work out for them. Who knows? We got a couple Buffalo signings. First one being Jason Zucker. 1 year, $5 million. First of all, that's, way too much. Zucker hasn't really been an NHL star the past few seasons, so I think that's too much for him. Maybe $3 million for him would have been better. But again, Buffalo, one of the bottom teams. I don't think they really have a good management going right now. They don't really get the right players. And me growing up through the 2012 through like 2019 times, I always thought of Buffalo as like the NHL prospect pool. You throw your NHL players over there just to see like, hey, do we need this guy for our team? Sure, let's go grab him. Only now are the Sabres starting to really build a team, but at the same time, there's like no cohesion amongst all the players, and I don't think the team plays there, so that's why they keep losing games. But that's just my opinion. I don't really watch too many Buffalo games because I really don't care. But from what I have seen, that's kind of the idea I get of them, especially since they've always been a losing team, unfortunately. And as for the other second signing by the Sabres, Nicholas Aube-Kubel, signing 1 year, $1.5 million. I think that's a decent price for him as a wing. He played decent with the Washington Capitals, so I have no arguments there as well. I think this will be a decent signing for the Sabres for sure. As far as contending for a playoffs, I don't think he adds to that. However, solid winger. I think he should be able to help boost up their third line for sure. But we'll see. Like I said, Sabres aren't exactly the best team, but you never know what can happen. They could maybe just find chemistry with him and the other players and maybe work it out. Who knows? Next up, Detroit makes another addition. Eric Gustafsson, 2 year, $2 million. Decent signing. Not going to complain about that one. Again, I don't really care about Detroit too much, but hey, I think their playoff hopes are kind of just wishful thinking at this point. They need to add better players. Just average NHL players is not going to cut it, and I think Gustafson's another one of those average NHL players that's just not going to add to the team really. But hey, veterancy works, I guess. Hopefully. And to finish this video off, we also have William Carrier signing with the Carolina Hurricanes. And overall, I think for sure he is being overpaid just a slight bit, perhaps. He's being offered he was offered a 6-year, $2 million average contract. Personally, I never saw him more than a third line maximum, fourth liner, really, with the Golden Knights. So overall, I don't think this is a good signing for the Hurricanes. Maybe, I don't know. Again, I don't care about the Hurricanes. The more they fall, the better to me. But to me, this is a bad signing, and I think they could have got someone else. But overall, those are just my thoughts about the signings here. This group of people, not exactly my favorite players at all. In fact, I don't really know any of them. If not, I hate them. So this group of players, for sure, this video was not exactly like the most enthusiastic signings. But hey, it's free agency. Teams need to add players that probably could contribute to their teams. And this is kind of one of those batches that I just think, hey, they're part of the team now. Let's see what they can do. And I guess in a way, I gotta wish all of them the best of luck, because if they don't pan out with their teams, well, they're probably going to be out of a job. So we'll see what happens. Again, these videos are coming out fast. The players are moving around a lot in the NHL. So I'm trying to play catch up at this point, but hang in there. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.